This is a copy of the Oxford Bible Atlas. It's the 4th edition. A viewer asked me to show it, so this is not going to be a careful review. I just want to show you some of the maps and some of the other contents. It is a fairly large volume. It is almost 11 inches tall and around 8 1/4, 8 1/8 inch wide, about a ½ inch thick. And it has 27 maps in it. Many of them are in that kind of a format. Here's the title page and the copyright page. So this is copyright 2007, printed in Great Britain. It has a preface. And here are the contents. So, list of maps, abbreviations, the setting, the Hebrew Bible, and the New Testament. That's the way it's arranged. And archaeology in the Bible lands. So here are our 27 maps, and I'll show you a few of those. All I intend to do is just flip through this using my stand to help. So, abbreviations of the Bible, biblical contents, the books, and quite a lot of text here, narration. There's a satellite image of the Holy Land. I have one that's like 4 feet tall and 1.5 feet wide on a wall downstairs that I got in Israel about 23 years ago. Kind of thing that they sell to tourists. It was a satellite map like that. So here's a map. I suspect that's one of the 27. Here's lands of the Bible. This on the back they mentioned 3D maps, and this is what they have in mind. They try to give you a sense for a view from space. Nile Delta and the Sinai Peninsula. Here's waterfall, I believe. Oh, natural regions. There is a waterfall map coming up later on. Photos. Number of photos. Okay, here's mean annual rainfall. Snowfall in Jerusalem. Photo. Vegetation in biblical times. This is the stele of Merneptah. It's a photo of Athens and the Acropolis. And the Hebrew Bible. So we've made it to the Hebrew Bible here. The ancient Near East setting of the Genesis stories. You see that these maps do go into the gutter, which is a bit unfortunate. Okay, here's the Great Sea beside the land of Canaan. So we're in the section on the patriarchs. I used this quite a lot recently when I was reading through Samuel and Kings, those books. Now I want to show you something here. I have out my 5th edition New Oxford Annotated Bible, and this is the same map that you're looking at here, only much smaller. So let's see if I can show you some of that. That gives you a sense of the increase in scale that you get from having a dedicated Bible atlas. And as I was saying, I was using it when I was reading through Samuel and Kings recently, and I found it very helpful. I didn't have to flip to the back of the Bible. I just used the material that was right in front of me, which I had open in my lap. So this is the setting, the stories of Joshua, Judges, Saul, and Samuel. I use that quite a lot. One thing I do notice is that They don't have any guesses for the locations of ancient roads. But I think it would be just kind of interesting to know exactly how one went from Jerusalem to Shiloh, say, back in those days. My guess is that it kind of ran through these towns, the path, but I don't know that. It's not something that I've looked into. And the settings of the stories of David and Solomon, which I also used quite a lot. Here's a map of ancient trade routes. So that gets at the idea I'm interested in, but it's at a very much larger scale. This is regional, and I would very much be interested in knowing where the footpaths were in ancient times here in Israel. This is the kingdoms of Israel and Judah. There's the Mesha stele. A lot of illustrations, a lot of photographs. The Assyrian Empire, again, it goes into the gutter, but you can press it open. Kingdom of Judah. More photographs, illustrations. Babylonian Empire. These are large maps, easy to read. Much larger than the maps in your Bible. Text that gives you summaries of the books alongside it. I haven't read the text very much. I would think that from Oxford it's going to take something of a critical view of the scriptures. Here's Jerusalem in the first millennium before Christ, which they placed there. Then we go to the New Testament, the kingdoms of Herod and his successors. So we're in the time in which Jesus and Jesus' life, Palestine and New Testament times. The Roman Empire. So the Roman Empire, at least the eastern portion of it, portion that's most germane to the contents of the New Testament. Jerusalem in New Testament times. So these are also maps that you see quite small in Bibles frequently, and here they are full page, full, very large page. It's kind of neat. It's the Library of Celsus, apparently in Ephesus. And here's another one of the 3D maps. This one's of Paul's journeys. It does seem to waste quite a lot of space the way this one's designed, since Paul's journeys are kind of concentrated there in the Asia Minor area. Don't think we need to see that much of what's now Russia and Ukraine. Cradle of Christianity. I believe, from what I've read anyway, the population center of Christianity in the early times was here in Asia Minor. If I'm wrong, please tell me. That's what I understand. Near East. These are principal archaeological sites in the Near East. Here is Palestine, principal archaeological sites here. So here's Megiddo, and here's Jericho, Jerusalem, and Qumran. Okay. And we're almost at the end. We may be out of maps by now. Then we come to the chronology section, which I also found very useful in reading the historical books. Index of place names, and it also gives you the map, page number, and then the grid coordinates. So you would go to page 169 here, and then you would look at grid coordinates D2 to find that location. And so the index of place names goes for several pages. General index. I think this goes better with the text itself. And you come to the end. Well, if you purchase it, it does not come in one of these covers. I use them to protect this paperback book. Otherwise, these corners will probably get dog-eared. Well, that's that. That's the Oxford Bible Atlas. A quick look. Thanks very much for watching. Appreciate your time.